What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another review for Superman. This is like, what is this? Like the second? Yeah, this is the second to last. The next episode is the season finale. So, but yeah, a review for Superman, Lois. This is episode 14, titled Worlds War Bizarre. This episode was good, though it made me ask a couple of questions, and then the reason why I chose to do this video when I'm doing it is because I wanted to see would at least the Flash show some connection to what's going on with there, and I got my answer. So I'm probably gonna talk about it more on the Flash video, but this video I want to say is that this episode was good. It was really good. I want to say it was the better of the two between the Flash and this episode. I want to say this was better just because of the fact that, because of the emotional response, because of the tension and that it pulled me into. And that like I said, when I do the Flash one, you're gonna understand why I say that. But let me give you a synopsis. So, Worlds War Bizarre. While Lois holds vigil by Superman's bedside, Jonathan and Jordan worry about their father, who seems more human now than ever. Lastly, John Henry and Natalie must figure out the best way to defend against Ali Austin. So, without stumbling through all that, I'm gonna get to the Ali Austin part, because the Ali Austin part, or the part she plays in this episode, is a big negative for me. But let me build up to that. So this episode picks up like maybe a day or two after the previous episode, and Superman is more or less back on his feet. He gets tested, by the Tyrole's, fortress version of his mom, and he found some interesting things about his cells and why he's weak and why he could barely use his abilities and stuff. Tensions rise as they figure out what Ali is doing. That is made apparent that by a significant event, and this significant event is you see part of it in the trailer, where if you see in the trailer for this episode, it was the part where they show, in the little brief part of it, they show like Lana and her daughter, and they're like walking towards, it was like this red light, and they walking towards, looking up. That event is what lets them know. That scene is like it's a montage scene. It shows not only them, like Lana, her daughter, and her two daughters, and her. It shows everybody, like at different points. Everybody just like, taking off their sunglasses, looking up. Everybody's doing that. Everybody's going like that, and you see this event, and and people don't know what it is, but Lana, along with Lois and Clark and them do. And that's like the start of the convergence. That's the start of what Ali pulling the two worlds together. That's what's starting to happen. And they go on. Natalie and John are the ones who figure out how much time they have, because of what they were seeing in the sky was what a thing from the inverse phasing during the beginning stages of phasing from its world to their world. And they said that based on that estimate, they gave them a roughly time, like how long they got to complete combine. And they even give them some disturbing news about what would happen if they failed to stop it. Because I think they said it was along the lines of basically, it was basically like genocide in a sense for certain people, certain things. The episode itself was good. The acting was good. Like I said, it got me tense in certain scenes. Got me tense. The one thing I will say, like the main people that made you tense, the main people that drew this out of you, it was not, instead of being Allie, it was Allie in the sense because you know she's the one pulling the worlds together. But it was mostly just inverse Jonathan and inverse Lana. For the most part, for the majority of the episode, they're the ones that our heroes have to battle against. And this was another good episode for Jordan, as it showcased his control and his abilities, and the fact that he's becoming more and more is, remember when he first got his abilities and first was tested, the Fortress version of his father said that he don't believe that Jonathan or Jordan would be as powerful as Superman. He wouldn't be able to do certain things or be able to do anything. But as we've seen, that's not the case. He's actually becoming just as powerful, and he's actually been able to do, like we see, he could super hear, he could ice breath, he could laser beam, he could do all that stuff. So it's actually, even on the inverse, so it's basically they've been proven with Jordan and his little story about his powers that his father was wrong. He's actually is going to be able to do everything his father does. They toured around with Clark not being able, he trying to hear stuff, he's trying to use his powers but can't. It was the fun way how they brought inverse Lana into that scene. I'm trying to figure out what else I could say to convey the goodness of this episode. The battles were good. I think I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it mostly. It was just now getting to why I said Allie Austin was a negative was that. I wasn't going to say this, but then I'm just like, you know what, whatever, because this is how I need to tell you guys what I didn't like. And what I didn't like was Allie Austin's inclusion in this episode. And what I mean by it, instead of inclusion, was the lack thereof. She was basically not in this episode. She had one scene, and that's when a certain character went into the portals to go find her and try to stop her, and that scene in itself was more so about this character and this other character and their dynamic, and the tense of losing this character versus actually having the scene be about Allie and trying to stop Allie. It was more so my whole gripe about that. The reason why I took a point away was like, this mainly wasn't about stop that scene. Even though they say, okay, this scene is about stopping Allie, it really wasn't. It was more so about just the tense of, is this character going to make it trying to fight Allie once this character get into the portal? That's mainly what it was about, and she was just there as a plot device because she really was. She doesn't have any lines in the episode. It was mostly CGI Allie Austin, and you barely even you didn't even see her because she's shrouded in that white light and stuff. Like you see more of her in the previously Superman and Lois than you do in the actual episode. And after the episode, she was just basically shrouded in the white light, trying to pull the worlds together. And when she got attacked, she just made that type of noise and attacked the hero, and pretty much set up the whole what the real scene was about, just the tense of if that hero was going to make it. I also don't like the fact that they still got inverse Lana speaking backwards, where inverse Jonathan could basically speak normally. It's like they want, like she can't comprehend how to speak normal. Like that character could be so much better if they actually allow her to put some stuff into it. But she was good for the intense stare down and the ruthlessness It was just if she could just basically have some lines where we can understand her in the actual, instead of just being in the inverse and only be able to understand her there, we should be able to understand her here. Because what gets me, and before I start rambling, what gets me about that is that there's a scene in this episode where inverse Jonathan and Lana are speaking in inverse language, or just speaking backwards, and then Jonathan switches from that to normal, to speaking regularly. Inverse Jonathan speaks regularly. So it's like, if he can switch it on and off, why can't she? That being said, though, this episode of Superman Lois gets a 8 out of 10 big ups, because it was a good episode. It was the more tense episode of the two, considering that both the Flash and Superman Lois are on the episodes that aired this week is the episode before their season finales. So it was like this was the better of the two episodes setting up their season finales. While the Flash does set up its season finale perfectly, this episode sets it up better. This show sets up their season finale better. And like I said, I'll get more into the Flash in the next video. But you let me know in the comment down below what you thought of this episode of Superman and Lois. If you enjoyed my review video, then you hit this button right there in the upper right corner for all of my reviews. And if you enjoyed the video so much and want to support the channel, all you gotta do is hit that like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button, hit that join button, yeah, for all of my reaction to your favorite shows, even shows like these, and hit that thanks button as well. Also, hit any one of these videos for more of my amazing content, but don't go anywhere, because I got another review, The Flash, and a reaction, and eventually I will get back to gameplays too. So, peace out.